What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Gear4music Drum channel. You guessed it, today we are comparing drum heads. We've got 5 very different drum heads and we're gonna see what each one sounds like. Let's check it out. So the drum heads I have with me today are, number 1, I have an Aquarian texture-coated 14-inch snare drum head. We have a Remo CS dot. We also have a Remo clear pinstripe head. The third one we have is the Evans black-coated hydraulic head, which is going to be pretty exciting. And finally, we have the Evans HG Dry. And now to make this a scientific experiment, I'm going to be using the drum dial to make sure every single drum is at equal tension, so we can really hear the differences that different head configurations make under the same exact amount of tension. I'm going to be going for around 80 on the drum dial today. Right, let's get into it. First head, let's go. Okay then, guys, so the first head that we have on today is the Remo Control Sound 14-inch snare drum head. It's the coated version. Basically, this head, it's a classic. It's been seen all around for years. It's literally just quintessential drum head. It's the same as an Ambassador, so it's a 10mm Mylar drum head with the coating on it, but it also has the CS dot, so the control sound dot underneath, which is a 10mm dot, which as you can see here, is focused in the middle. And this is just to kind of control some overtones. It would mean it's just not as ringy as your standard Ambassador. On to the next head. All right then, guys, so the head that you just heard is the Aquarian 14-inch texture-coated drum head, and it's a pretty basic drum head, really. It's a 10mm single-ply head, so, you know, like your Ambassadors, like your G1s, very, very similar, except you have got this special Evans textured coating on the top, which is perfect for brush players, and you get a sort of really warm, vintage tone from these. I mean, I think that this sounds less open than the previous head, but that can just be because of the way that the collar is made or the material that the collar is made. Heads from different companies do differ because they are made in different factories. That's why it's important to, you know, listen to a few different ones and find out what you like. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Let's go. So next up we have the Evans HD Dry 14-inch snare drum head coated, and I'm sure you'll agree with me with saying that it is extremely dry. So it has an outer ply of 5mm and an inner ply of 7.5mm, so that's 2 plies, making up a head of around, 12.5mm, which is a really thick head. On top of that as well, just as if you think that wasn't enough, we also have a 2mm ring that goes around the inside, which kind of gets rid of even more overtones. And finally, to make it drier than the Sahara Desert, drier than the driest mouth on a hot summer's day, we have these precision drilled holes all around the edge, which let quite a little bit of air out there, so it just dries it up even more. And if you are looking for a dry head, this is as dry as they come. This would be perfect for you. All right then, guys, now that really was a surprise. So this head is the 14-inch Remo Pinstripe Clear. Now, you don't see a lot of clear heads on snares these days. That's because the coated head is preferred. It's a little bit warmer, it has a little bit less attack. You get that classic snare sound. Like in the 90s back then when snares were cranked up really high, or like timbale sounds, you would see a lot more clear heads, and they do tend to have more overtones, a little bit more wild with their overtones as well. Now the Pinstripe is 2 7-ply heads packed on top of each other, and there is a dampening agent around the edge. So you can see the ring here around the edge, there's this dampening agent, and that gets rid of some of those overtones. If we were to have, like a clear ambassador on here, we would probably have even more of a hard time with those overtones. Now I did tune every single lug to 85 with the drum dial, but I think it could probably use a little bit more fine tuning, maybe a moon gel slapped on there just to get that acquired tone that you're looking for. But if you want that ringy overtone, massive sound, this head is perfect for you. Okay then guys, last but definitely not least, we have the Evans hydraulic black coated 14-inch snare drum head. Now hydraulic heads have been around since the sort of like 80s, 70s. Basically it's 2 plies, one 7.5, one 6.5 mil. But in between those 2 plies, you've got an extremely thin layer of oil. And basically what this does is it dampens the sound and gives you a really fat, full snare sound. I mean, a lot of people use them as their sort of side snare. So if you really want a really low tuned snare drum that is dry and fat and has that lower tone, the hydraulic heads are perfect for that. They deliver that sort of sound every single time. Now, we've had a listen to all of the heads. I've kind of explained a little bit about the heads, what makes them sound the way they do. Let's recap, let's go back, look at every single play, one after another, and you let me know in the comments which one is your favorite, which one was you most surprised by, and what kind of comparison videos would you like to see next? Thank you so much for watching the video today, guys. I really hope you did enjoy it and you really were able to explore and understand the difference that a snare drum head or any drum head really makes to the sound of your drum. I think, it's almost 70 to 80% the tone of what you're playing. The head affects it so much, and it's really important to go on a journey and find what head works best for you. As always, guys, please don't forget to give us a cheeky like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below, and I'll see you again soon. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.